Okay, we're muted. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Everybody, let's get something happened to the screen. It was not my fault. It was probably my fault. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know what happened to it. So we're back. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? We're all moving in here. We're moving in. I'm going to see what's going on over here. Okay. I'm losing the stream, and I don't know what is happening. I don't know what is happening. I'm moving it around, and I'm like getting angry. And I'm getting angry. I'm a human being. I'm not an animal. I'm not a number. Something is happening. I press the thing here. I press the home screen. I'm pressing YouTube. Everybody go on YouTube and say hello and make sure we're all here. We're all back. Okay, now I go to Lewis Schaffer, which is my page. And then there I am. Okay, I'm back here. It says now live. Now live. Okay, all right, we're there. We've got 12 people watching. I don't know how many people we lost before, but YouTube. Don't go anywhere. I'm still here. We're here. We're going to get started again. Okay. 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 I'm just checking on this thing here. I'm just checking on this. Everybody sign in, and we're going to start in a second. Okay. All right. Okay, here we go. All right, everybody. While we're all getting in, we've lost about five chatters. Can you like the stream and can you subscribe? And I'm going to post this up on Twitter. Up on Twitter. Okay. There we go. If that's not working. All right, so there we go. Welcome back. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. I don't know what happened, and I'm not going to get upset. I don't get that joke. Yikes, says MC Scott. I don't know. I don't think it's a joke, Scott, but I don't think it was aimed at you. Okay, we're in the midst of a fight. You break out in a bit. You break out in a bit. I liked it better when I couldn't hear you. Thank you. The voice of Middle England. Hello, voice of Middle England. Thank you for coming in. Are you new to this chat? I'm a bitter old man. Yes, I would say that I am a bitter old man. I am. I'm a really bitter old man. Maybe you could make me not so bitter. Maybe not so bitter. Um, okay. So don't worry about it, Lewis. I had two separate streams this morning. Removing a rogue bit of fluff solved the problem. Where would the fluff be? And maybe I need my son to be here. We could work on this thing as we're going along. One of my favorite episodes of Dad's Army, says Fresh Coconut, is when they put a Nazi captain under citizen's arrest, and the BBC refused to show that the episode. Okay, well, why was that? You were hacked by the IRGC. Maybe I was. Warren Foster is back. He is from Warsaw. All right, Warren. Hi, Lou. Long time no see. Hope you were well. We were well until a second ago. And then we lost the stream. So it's been like a bit stressful. But you all came back. I think we're all back, and we're gonna get even higher numbers. You don't want your son removing rogue fluff. Why not? What's wrong with what is? I don't even know what fluff is. I barely know what rogue fluff is. Joodles is dying. She's dying of laughter. What are you dying of laughter of? I don't know what it is. You were Cellaire. Do you think I was hacked by the IRGC? I mean, it's such a tragedy. It's the same thing what's happening in Venezuela. You can't just go in and cause trouble, and people think, oh, you're being saved, and you're not. Then they weren't being saved. The Iranians are not being saved by America, and the Venezuelans are not being saved by America. It might turn out to be a major victory, or it could be a huge F up Venezuela. And I don't know what happened. Voice of Middle, where are you from? Voice of Middle England. Are you fat? I've been told that a few of our members here are fat, and I think to myself, well, I need to address that. But how can I address it when this stream is not fat? You've got. I don't believe you, Joodles. I don't believe you got actual tears. I don't know. I don't know what we're talking about. What were we talking about before we were rudely interrupted? Were we talking about IRGC? Were we talking about Keir Starmer not defending the rebels against IRGC? I mean, the fact that the the king is leading the forces, or whatever it is, the king. And I'm against kings. And most people are against kings today. I don't even know why you'd want to have a king back. They were only kings for about 3 generations. 2 generations. There was 2 generations of kings in Iran. It's not a long time. At least Trump will get Greenland, even if Iran and Venezuela goes tits up. Salaire. Well, I mean, you could basically easily see Europe wanting to fight America because those commies hate America. They hate America. The World Economic Forum, the European Union, the leftist parties, the middle parties, they hate America. And America's doing so much better than them, and I think there's a lot of resentment towards America, and a lot of resentment towards Donald Trump. So who knows? I don't think it's going to be as easy as you think it is. And Donald Trump has relentless energy, but he's losing his mind slightly. I mean, just because he's got energy to run around to wake up, he's not getting enough sleep, and he's eating. What's his name said he doesn't eat only McDonald's, but he eats a lot of McDonald's. Eats a lot of McDonald's. What were we talking about out there? No, Cuffy, believe it or not, I come here for the threat of laughter. Bless you. Streaky's blatant helmet was amazing too. Okay. I love the enthusiasm. What were we discussing? Do you remember? Can somebody tell me what we were discussing? Joodles, what were we discussing? Streaky Bacon, what were we discussing? MC Scott, what were we discussing? I bet Warren Foster, I bet Donald Trump won't go to Davos. I mean, he shouldn't go to Davos. The place should be closed down. They're irreverent. Not irreverent, that's not the right word. Apparently, Trump and Blair have joined forces. Blair is a bad man. His Nobel Peace Prize should have been taken away and given to Trump. He is a bad man. And I think the fact that Trump is letting him get that close to him is a mistake. Joe is here. Welcome, Joe. Roy Keane, I think we've sorted that now. Okay, we'll be discussing Roy Keane. I mean, I'm not particularly interested in football, but if people are interested in it, I think you're the only one who's like properly interested in it. It's a corrupt meeting, says Warren Foster. Yeah, between Blair. We are going to bite our nose to spite our face with the 10% tariffs Trump adding over Greenland. He wants them to stop. He wants them to stop, you know? And I think he's right from an American point of view. The Europeans should not be in Greenland. They're so proud of being European. There was a guy who saved a McDonald's burger from 40 years ago, and the paper receipt started to degrade before the burger did. Yeah. Well, paper. Paper degrades. Paper degrades. That's really interesting. Thank you, Kermit, for pointing that out. I'm out of my depth here, Joe Warrior Princess. Can't grasp what's going on. I think Greenland. I mean, I just think Donald Trump has thought they took away my middle term, and I was planning on being president, and I should have been president. So I'm going to do all the things I would have done then, and all the things I'm going to do now. He is the most active president in the world. Did you see the Aussie GP who had put a Happy Meal in the reception desk? Years later, it looked exactly the same. Even the bun didn't go moldy. Yes, it's a bit scary. It's scary. Warsaw beat Tranmere 3-1 today, says Warren Foster. Okay, I am a big supporter of Warsaw. Go Warsaw. And I know Tranmere. Tranmere played Millwall in the FA Cup, if you remember that. Yeah, the meat and the bread didn't go bad. Well, I've also seen how many times have you seen them eating the MREs, the war packages, the food rations, from 100 years ago, and they're still edible. I don't see it anymore, I think because the guy's dead. But some of them were edible. But that's what burgers are supposed to do. It's called photosynthesis. Burgers, they need moisture to become compost. Otherwise, the sun will sun-dry them. The exact same thing happens to tomatoes. I don't think it's called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is what happens. Photosynthesis, it means the sun changes the plant into food, into sugar. That's what photosynthesis is. Am I right about that? Who knows anything about that? I'm not sure I know about that. Lewis just had a small fact of Denmark owning Greenland, plus Britain has the first refusal if they want to sell. I love the Danes. Honestly, they're great people. They're good people. They're on our side. I like the Danes. I love the Danes. Okay? I love the Danes, but they don't belong in the American continent anymore. They don't belong there. Okay? They don't belong there. And the people there want independence. They want independence. But the question is, what is the best? There's only 57,000 people there. I can't keep bread for 5 days without it going moldy, says Kermit. Yes. I basically should stop eating bread, but I eat bread and I'm stopping eating bread. Hi, exactly, Kermit. I threw out half a loaf today that was going moldy. Yeah, well, they put stuff in the bread to make it not go moldy. UHT milk and freeze any bread. Best practice. What does that mean? UHT milk, so the milk in, right, and freeze any bread. Well, that's true. I freeze the bread. I do believe in freezing bread. I watched the time you called that bloke fat on GB News. Yes, it was funny. And you were right. He was also an idiot. Well, that's why I called him fat. If he was a nice guy, I wouldn't have called him fat. So I did it because he was an idiot. And he was insulting the Jews and insulting Donald Trump. The loaf is in the fridge. You can't keep bread in the fridge. You got to put it in the freezer. It's got, what I do if I get a loaf and it's not cut into pieces, I will cut it up and I'll put it into the freezer. I freeze my bread, Andrew Rubens. He agrees with me. Freeze your bread, right, or whatever. I agree with him. It does something to the starch and makes it healthier. I'm not sure about that. I'm not sure it makes it healthier, but it makes it last longer. It makes it last longer. I put it in the toaster and it's toasted bread and it's delicious. And it's delicious. Every food product that you tell us to eat tends to be carbs, Lewis, apart from steak, Mr. Cuff, because I'm obsessed with it. When you're told, at least even to yourself, you're not allowed to eat that, you want to eat it. I'm sorry. Just because I tell you, I mean, we're talking about bread. That doesn't mean we can eat bread. We can eat bread. I bought a loaf of bread. It was 300 grams. So it was like this. That's like that shape. And that way, each slice had about 15 grams of weight, which meant it had maybe 10 grams of carbs, which isn't very much. Who is that? Every food, right? He was very insulting. Who is very insulting, Warren? Sourdough bread is good. No, it's just not as bad as regular bread. It's not good. It's not good. Maybe it is good. I don't know. I don't think it's good. If you freeze bread, says Fresh Coconut, you just take out what you need the day before and defrost it in the fridge. I do this with chicken. I've saved so much money. Yeah, that's what I do with the meat. I cut up the meat into a meal, and then I put it in the freezer. I mean, it's not frozen. I've got to do it that way because otherwise I've got to defrost a 1.2 kilogram of beef. Reheated pasta is more healthy for some reason. Something to do with starch and carbs turning to fiber or something. I don't believe that. I've seen so many videos on this. And I've seen that guy who weighs it beforehand and afterwards, and it doesn't make any difference, I don't think. It had jam or just the jam on some the other day, says MC Scott. Sourdough bread went great with the jam. Yeah, it went great. But it still makes you fat. It makes you fat. I get sliced bread delivered daily from Hello Bread, 3 different slices. 3 different slices for 59 pounds a month. 59 pounds, 60 pounds. That means a loaf of bread is 20 pounds. Is that what that means? Streaky bacon. Oh, look at that. Lucy Van Pelt is here. It increases the resistance starch content. I know you've heard about this resistance starch. It's bullshit. It's bullshit. I believe it's bullshit. Maybe it's not bullshit. Maybe it's not. That Dr. Mosley, who went missing on holiday, said about the pasta, did some experiments. I don't trust that guy, and he's dead now. So I'm going to speak ill about him. I don't trust him. He's like an old school BBC NHS doctor. In other words, he's a liar. Freezing it changes digestible starch into resistant starch, slowing digestion, reducing blood sugar spikes, and improving gut health. Why do you believe this lie? I don't even know if what I'm saying is true. I don't believe it. I'd have to be, and I've actually researched it a million times. Don't you think that I want to be keto, that I want to be low carb? I do. Andrew, who said this? Did you say this, Andrew? I think you said it, Andrew. Yes, I do. So I want to believe in resistant starch, but it's not the case. It's not the case. Streaky is laughing at what I said. I don't know. What did I say? Normal bread is 100 calories a slice. It's bad. It's bad. Yeah, it's not that the calories isn't the problem. It's that it has low protein and it has high carbs. So it does taste delicious because it turns into sugar on your mouth. It does. I'm afraid to mess with the computer right now because I would do research on it right now. I don't know. What are you laughing at, Sreaking? Balto Matviv. Balto Matviv. Ball Tom at Vive. What's your name? Pro Israel flags, pro shit flags, pro pigs flags. That's not might not be that loving. Who are you? Where do you come from? Are you fat? This is one of the worst shows I've ever done. Can you feel the tension? I'm like too erratic. This is why you can't hire me. This is why I took up vaping just to see if it was harmful. He took up vaping, then he took up just to see if it was harmful. Then he died. Just saying, you're talking about Michael Mosley. I mean, he's one of these typical guys. He's a BBC, NHS, labor supporting, probably, doctor. Those are, you can't believe, I met so many of them and they all say the exact same thing and they all give me this condescending look like I'm an idiot because I don't trust what they say. And I'm an American too, you know. That's interesting, Kermit. Anyway. Oh, and you're such a picture of health. It must be Oreos and donuts. I am a picture of health. Andrew, I'm 68 effing years old. I'm 68 effing years old. I am a relatively picture of sex. Says your name 4 times. What's your name? Who are you talking to? I don't know who you're talking about. I don't know what that means. I'm laughing in general at you, Lewis Schaffer, mate. You are unique. I mean, I don't think about being unique. I think, let's say the truth. Something's happened to me at 68 as I'm only going to tell the truth. The guy was fat and I'm going to tell him he's fat. If you're fat, I'm going to tell him you're fat as nice as I can. As nice as I can. Hey, Andy, I stuffed loads of Oreos earlier and I don't care. I mean, it's bad because I basically planted the seeds of these Oreo things and I had a Cornetto before. It's not that I'm a liar. I'm not a liar because if I do that, I will tell you that I do it. I'm not like hiding it. I'm not saying, oh, I never have ice cream because I'm trying to be keto and I'm I'm carnivore. No, I'm not trying to lie. Cellaire, hey Cellaire, might not be that loving. Laugh out loud perspective, Lewis. I'm not that loving. I'm filled with absolute hate. Hate. I feel sorry for the country that I'm living here, and I'm bringing my brand of hate. You know, they're going to kick me out. They're going to kick me out. I can feel it. And it's been nice knowing you people. I'll still be able to do maybe this live stream, or maybe it'll be banned. They'll ban the thing. I very sadly have to leave. My friend David Nordahl is about to go live. Fresh Coconut, again, everybody, if you're going to leave, you do not have to say you have to leave for whatever reason. No one notices. That, unfortunately, I love you, Fresh Coconut, but no one notices. I pretty much guarantee if I wasn't here, you wouldn't notice. People don't notice, so you don't need to say, shh. That's right, Fresh. They found him all dried up just outside the resort. Who is David Nordahl? Can you explain who he is? Was that a joke that he was making and I yelled at him? I'm sorry for yelling at you, Fresh. I'm sorry. Forgive me. I want you people to like me. I want you people to like me. I want to be liked. Israel pig shit, Israel. What does that mean? So maybe they're saying bad things about Israel. The difference between Israel and this country is most Israelis want to live. They want to live, and they don't want to be killed. They don't want their country taken over, and they don't want to be raped and murdered, which is what will happen. And you can see what's happening in Iran by the Muslims. They're not loving. They don't go, oh, you know what? We're sorry. We'll hold a general election, which is they should have done this earlier. But they enacted a dictatorial thing. So Israel is not I mean, it's like every country, but it's not shit. I don't mean to be a grass, but the class is getting out of hand, teacher. Well, what do I need to do? I don't see it getting out of hand. How is it getting out of hand? Because Lucy wrote that? I don't know. What do you think? Is it getting out of hand? John Van Dam, I'm special. Am I special? Yeah, I'm like a bit slow. Stop yelling. Okay, I'll lower the thing. Okay, I appreciate you telling me this, Joodles. Didn't take a phone or water. How sensible was that? Who didn't take a phone or water? What are we talking about there? Did I miss that? Hi ho, Kermit. Did I miss it? Did I miss it? Who? Oh dear, Daft. What what did I miss? What did someone talking about? Didn't take a phone or water. And then where did they go? Oh, so you were you making a joke? Fresh coconut. Were you making a joke? Lewis, I'm drinking whiskey, says Warren Foster, and ginger ale. That's a great drink. That's an old fashioned drink. I love ginger ale so much. I love it so much. I mean, I even love Jamaican ginger ale. American ginger ale has less spiciness. I just think doctors refuse to question their own judgment, laugh out loud. Yeah, they don't think. They just do what they're told, and they think they're thinking. And then if they think the wrong thing, they just say what they're told to think. You know, they, you, I couldn't do it. I could not do it. You're right, Kermit. I couldn't do it. It's the teachers who's out of hand. Yeah, I'm out of hand. Max Mosley. What about Max Mosley? He's dead, isn't he dead? Didn't he die? Didn't he go on the other side of a fence and then fell down or something? Real life Jonathan Pye. No earpiece can control you, Lewis. That's why we love you. Yeah, I'm uncontrollable. That's why I'm not meant to be on TV. Don't turn the volume down, Lewis. We just have to turn our volume up. Just stop bloody yelling. Yeah, yeah. Oh, right. He didn't take a mobile phone, and he just basically went behind a wall. He was like, he wasn't that far away when walking along the Greek coast. That's true. That's one of the reasons I don't exercise because I don't want to die. I don't want to push my. I've got high blood pressure, and I don't want to push my thing. Let me just say this before I read Lucy's comment. I love Lucy. She's one of my favorite people. I've told her that, and I'm telling you that, so you all know that. I'm not saying I don't love Joodles, which I do, or Claire, which I do, or Joe, or Lorna. I love you all, but I'm just saying that I love Lucy Van Pelt. But I love Jonathan. You know who used to write for Jonathan Pye when he was really funny? When Jonathan Pye was really funny, I went to see Jonathan Pye. Andrew Doyle invited me there. Mosley, not Max Rubin, not Max, not Max Rubin, not Max. I don't know what that means, Lucy. Could you please explain that? Ginger ale is gorgeous, especially the fiery kind, says Streaky Bacon. Yeah, it is. I mean, I'm not in favor of spicy stuff. It makes my buttocks itch. Michael Mosley, not Max, Michael Mosley. Right. His name is Michael Mosley. I mean, he comes across, I mean, and that diet that he has, it's just like a technique. The 800, the whatever it is, you take a day off, you fast for one day, or one day you eat 300, you eat 800 calories, you know. But look what's going on with my thing. It's not working. It's not working. I'm gonna have to buy a new what do they call that? A new mouse. Um, let's see. Michael Mosley. I'm trying to get this thing to work. Robinson's lemon barley. I don't like squash. I don't like squash, especially because squash is not. It's not as. I mean, they'll find out a lot of stuff. A lot of stuff. They'll find out a lot of stuff. Hold on, don't move. They'll find out a lot of stuff about whatever they call that sugary stuff. Like that diet he came up with. I was not impressed with the diet. But Andrew likes Robinson's lemon barley. It doesn't have barley in it. I don't know. That doesn't sound that great. This is what I was asking Kerms about Lewis. If Dr. Mosley was alive or not, or knit or not. Was he alive? Max was the Nazi. No, he wasn't. He wasn't. And I'm going to defend the guy. He was having sex with 6 women. Okay, and can I tell you something, Lucy Van Pelt? And this is something that you girls don't understand. When you reach a certain age, as a man, you need 6 women to get it going. You need it. You need 6 women to get it going. Okay, so that's what I say to you, Lucy. I don't think he was a Nazi. Maybe he was a Nazi. So what? So what? I think people who hate Israel are Nazis. Does that make you a Nazi? Thinking of the journalist chap must be my age. He was no, Dr. Mosley. Is it not Dr. Mosley? It's Dr. Mosley Oswald, Dr. Oswald Mosley. What was his name? What was his name? I don't know what his name was. I don't know what his name was. This is so weird. This is so my mouse is like acting up. It goes I bring it down and then it goes back up automatically. Back in the day, Lewis, you would have been on mainstream TV. Everything on TV is so sterile now. No, it's not true. It is not true. I would not have been. No, I wouldn't have been. What, like I'm Peter Cook or something? No. It's okay, Lewis. I love Kerms and Cuffy and Ludd and Allen. Oh, you're making me jealous now. Is that what you're trying to do? You're trying to play head games with me, Jules. Because I saw what you did before. I saw you were in a bath with Ludd and flirting with Allen and nothing about Lewis. What are you? Didn't you go? Well, what are you doing, Lewis? I'd like to flirt with you. Don't buy a mouse from CEX. Looked in the window yesterday. Okay, I like CEX. Okay, so I didn't say he was in. I'll go back to that. I didn't go back to that. So I can't control the thing. I can't control this mouse. I don't know what it is. Oh, now it's working. After I like banged it. Banged it. I mean, really, I think you people are seeing the real Lewis Schaffer. This is too much. You can see I'm a hothead. Judel said that I was a hothead. Am I a hothead? Let me just go back up to the top. If you can, don't write anything. Don't write any messages so I can catch up. We're a little bit behind on the stream, about 4 minutes behind. Can you do me a favor? Can you like the stream and can you subscribe if you haven't already? Lewis is a lover of women. I do. I love women. I'm not a perfect lover. I do love women. I want to make women happy because my mother was so unhappy. So I want to make women happy. And then I realized I can't do it. I can't save the world. He was walking back to his resort from somewhere else. That's what he was doing, Kermit. He almost made it, but why decide to walk in a hot country with no phone or water? So you're saying he was an idiot? Yeah, he's a BBC NHS doctor who came up with some concocted trickery diet. Yes. Yeah, why do that? Because he's an idiot. I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't be mean to people. But I knew the doc went missing, but I had no idea what happened. Yeah, well, that's what happened. Thank you, Kermit, for the information. Back in the day, Lewis, you would have been on Main Street TV. No, I would not have been, Warren, but I do appreciate you saying that. And I do appreciate you being here. And if you like me, you can always go through life and say this. Say, you know what? I know everybody likes Dave Chappelle or they like John Bishop or but you know who's really brilliant? Lewis Schaffer. You could say that, and people would like look at you like you're crazy, but you'd have one up on them because they'd walk away thinking maybe Lewis Schaffer is brilliant, is brilliant. John Van Dam says to Warren, yes, this I agree. The way Lewis shone a light on on literally television. They all get told what to say, and we are taught what to think. Exactly. We were on GB News. You couldn't mention it was against the rules to mention Tommy Robinson. To mention him. You're not allowed to. But then I heard, what's her name? But then it changes. Maybe because they got the call from Ofcom. Because this country's a bit of a police state now. A bit of a police state. And GB News they were put pressure. There was pressure put on them. Ribena Winter Spice rocks. It doesn't sound good. I don't like Ribena. I don't like black currants. Don't buy a mouse from CEX, Kermit says. Looked into the window yesterday and they had the same one as mine in the window for more money than I paid new. Okay, but does it work? I like CEX because you can return it. You can return it. Maybe I should open this up and see if I can clean it or something. Maybe that's all I need to do. Oh no. What are you saying? Oh no. What are you saying, Lucy Van Pelt? What are you saying? What are you saying? And what are you saying, Streaky Bacon? Lewis, have you ordered your six? What is a six? Is that game? What is a six? I never heard of that. He literally just agreed with you, Lucy, whilst vehemently disagreeing. Why? About him being a Nazi, about Mosley being a Nazi. Well, they said he was dressed up in a Nazi uniform. Maybe it was. Maybe what's wrong? You don't think Jews pretend that we're Nazis? You don't think I'm getting some water? I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Okay, let's see. I think we're 6 minutes behind. We're 6 minutes behind. Okay, I'm going there. I'm going here. I go to the side. It automatically goes up. I don't want an app. Okay. John Van Dam says to Warren, even YouTube is censored up to, which is the Lewis fat comment was proper raw and hilarious. Honesty should have went viral. Yes, man. You know what? Yeah. Well, maybe it should have gone viral. I mean, it was a bit of, nobody gets called fat. I mean, that's like, I'm calling it like I think it is. He was saying the Jews are genociders in Israel. There's like 7 million Jews there. 7 million, maybe 6. 6 and 7 million Jews. And that it's like what the guy said, what the Polish guy said. He said asking for 300 million Europeans to ask when 350 Europeans are asking America, a country of 300 million people, to defend itself against 130 million Russians. I mean, I don't remember what the word was, but it was like pathetic. Jamal Mosley. Who is Jamal Mosley? Who is Jamal? I didn't say he was a Nazi, Lewis. I meant that the hookers were dressed as Nazis. Okay. Wasn't he dressed up as? Yeah, well, yeah. I mean, that's very, very sexy. And as I'm getting older, all these fantasy role play things are really sexy. This stream that we're doing right now with me and you is a Lewis Schaffer sexual role play device. It's me hitting on the girls, watching the girls hit on the guys. I'm sitting in the distance or I'm right in there in your brain. It's all sexual role play. Dr. Michael Mosley. He was going for a walk and he fell down and he died of dehydration. Isn't that what happened to Michael Mosley? It's really sad. He meant well. He meant well, but he was a BBC NHS tool. I mean, maybe he was. He's dead now. He's dead now. I have to confess, what's what I like doing in CEX tool. If you put it in TikTok, it won't go viral. If you put it in TikTok, it would go viral, says Alex. I don't even have it. I don't even know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Had a sign in the window, we buy phones for £600. So them or sell them for £1,200. Laugh out loud, honestly. They're like some scam pawnbrokers of the olden days. Yes, maybe, but you know what? You know what's good about CEX? You know how much you're going to get. You know how much the thing is worth. And you can bring it back and trade it in later. I love CEX. I'm sorry. Talk me out of it. Talk me out of it. But let's say I buy a phone for £1,200. Okay? In any other shop, you don't know how long the battery's going to last. You don't know if you could bring it back in a week or a month. It's actually brilliant. Europe is pathetic. NATO is wanker, Streaky Bacon. I'm with you. Pathetic. We got to be... Anyway, I used to browse in CEX shops too. Different kind of shop. Anyone want any poppers? Why, did they used to sell poppers in CEX? A sex shop. A sex shop. Okay. But they brought it on themselves by calling themselves that. The CEX near me, not your local one, honestly, best mention. Yes, I know what you mean, but CEX is near everybody. There's millions of them. Women dressed as Nazis are sexy. Yes. Who thinks that could be sexy? Because they're strong women and they're men. Who saw the movie Seven Beauties, with the guys in the Italian guy in the concentration camps, and he falls in love with the Nazi commandant, the woman commandant, and she was very strong. Not to Jews, they ain't. I'm a Jew. Well, what people do behind closed doors. You know what I mean? What they do behind closed doors. Streaky Bacon. And Judas agrees with you, Streaky Bacon. Maybe some Jews it's not that sexy, but I like strong women. That's why I love Judals. She's strong. I love that. That's why I love Lucy. Another strong woman. That's why I'm not a misogynist, because I like strong women. And men like to have fantasies at times with strong women. Don't you agree with me? I think you agree with me. Who doesn't agree with that? Who doesn't think women dressed up as Nazis sexy? Six of them. And you can check online if they have a certain game in stock. You can check. Like I've got a computer here that I'd like to trade in when I bought this one. And I can check online. Will they take it? CEX gives you a 5-year warranty, which is unheard of anywhere. 5 years. Oh my God, that's forever, especially for a computer. Just check actual new prices first. The consumer laws are quite strong in this country, Lewis. I'm going to check the prices first. I find the people who work there, they don't seem evil. The CEX people, Peckham Rye. I'm giving a full-on advertisement for this place. I bought so much stuff there. So much stuff. I have not had one. Did I return anything? I don't even remember having a bad experience there. I wouldn't mind a few hoes dressed as NAs, whatever, coming around my place to see if they are sexy or not, to be honest. Yes, of course, we would like that. I know Judals is very sensitive. about this stuff. Scott says, this is what I tell my folks before ticking the box for additional and unneeded warranties and whatnot. I mean, it's a free warranty. You're not paying any money for the warranty. When you say like, I think you find strong women sexually exciting. But are you sure? I don't like them. That's not the word that I use. We're having a sexual, possibly, I've never done that, but it's like a possible encounter with a strong woman. I like weak, girly women too. But I also like strong women. And strong women can sometimes play girly, and sometimes you can play strong, Joodles. Okay? I'm pretty strong, but I discovered that most men found it annoying. Yeah. As a game, it's very entertaining if someone pretends to be whatever in the game. In the game. I don't think one of those uniforms is sexy. The woman wearing it might be, but the uniform wouldn't add anything to me. What the uniform is saying is, I am strong, and I'm going to push you around. And a lot of men like that. I mean, a lot of men like to be spanked. A lot of men like to be told what to do. I'm just saying, Kermit says. I bought a mouse from Asda for 14 quid, and the same one was in CEX for £16 secondhand. Okay. Okay, I'm going to make a note. Buy a new mouse. Buy a new mouse. And then now Lucy comes in and says, I mean, those Hugo Boss uniforms did look amazing. Yeah, they did. They did look amazing. They did. I'm against the Nazis. I'm against it. I hope they don't demonetize me twice over saying the word NAZ, whatever. Any word. Yeah, they were cool looking, says Streaky Bacon. They were cool. You know. Well, what do you write about? That I don't like Nazi, NAZ, whatever it is, uniforms? I'm on a man who actually believes the stuff. I don't like it. I think she would look good, but I wouldn't want her to have the funny little mustache, Streaky Bacon. Okay, Lewis, I'm laughing at that. I'm laughing. That's very funny. Helga from Allo Allo. I don't remember that program. Was that a woman who was dressed that way? Duran Duran in the early 80s wore fashion which were very NAZI styling, which must have been controversial at the time. Yeah, I remember that stuff. Yeah, possibly. Possibly Warren Foster from Warsaw. I mean, I'm not saying that NAZIs, I like them or that we should like them. I don't like them. I'd like to live. I don't want to be holocausted. Okay? But at the same time, in a sexual fantasy, which I do not want to live in real life, I think it could be kind of interesting. And because I'm getting older, I'm getting a bit creepier as I get older. I'm getting more fantasy oriented. Don't hate me for that. Don't hate me. Oh, I gotta plug the computer in. Hold on, let me plug it in. Look at the plug. Look at how classy that plug is. Can you see that? Can you see that? I'm gonna put that in the side. I gotta notice. It's running out of battery. Okay. This may seem a bit counterintuitive, Scott says, but seriously, Lewis, buy a corded mouse. Yeah, my mouse has a cord. Why is that? I buy corded everything. I don't want to hold on to the electronic thing. Is that what you're saying? Yeah, but why do you say that? Why buy a corded mouse? That's one with that. Is that a T-pence? Is that a threepence? Is that 3 pence? That's a 3 pence. Or is it a tuppence? Is it a tuppence or a threepence? When they do interviews with older people, they ask, what did you do live so long as they always, what did you do? What did you do to live so long? To live so long, Alex. They always say they had lots of sex. Well, yeah. Well, people who live long have lots of sex. Does the having sex makes them live long? It's like my friend Russ, as you know, handsome Russ. He's sending me things about how exercise, that guy, that horrible, horrible guy, whatever the guy's name is he Italian? What's his name? He's a doctor. And he thinks it makes people live longer, exercise. No, it's just people who are exercising have a will to live, and people who have a will to live longer. And the same thing with sex. If you have sex, it means you have a will to live, which means you're going to live longer. People who don't have sex, who sit there and say, "I'm not interested. I'm not interested anymore," they tend to die earlier. So we don't know whether it's sex that makes people live longer or whether people who want to have sex tend to live longer. Lewis, you are funny as F. I don't want to be Holocausted. Yes, yes, and that's what they want to do in Israel. They want to Holocaust us. I'll make it a verb. I made it a verb. Thank you for saying that. It's always good to be told I'm funny. And especially in the late show, because I don't have Claire here saying how much she loves me, even though I don't believe it, but she says she does. So many usage for that word. It's a good word. It's not a good word, but the Jews thought of the word. We thought of the word. Corded over wireless is 2p, so it's a tuppence. It's a tuppence. Like the female police force, The Worm That Turned, headed up by Diana Dors. Was this a movie? Was this a movie? Was that a movie? More like not a will to live, a willy to live. That's also funny. F's sake, funeral for me soon then. No, we want you to live. We want everybody to live. Everybody to live. Well, and maybe having sex, Andrew, raises people's testosterone level. Or maybe the desire for sex raises your testosterone level. How about that? Now, what does Lucy Van Pelt say? Who I like. I've said I like you. My mom always pronounced Jill Halfpenny's name as Jill how would you pronounce that? Halfpenny? Halfpenny? I don't know how you would pronounce that. Maybe it's Halfpenny? I don't know. I'm not from this country. That's me dying early. No, it's not. Lewis Schaffer, I'm going to come and do you. I'm going to come and do you, Joe. So just you be patient. You be patient. And you think I'm kidding. If you live longer, if you could fit more sex, if you live longer, you could fit more sex in. That's true too. That's true too. So they're asking people who are older, do you like sex? And they say yes, because they have a life to live, Lucy Van Pelt. Only if someone will have sex with you, Lucy. Well, Lewis Schaffer will. And same for you, Judel. Lewis Schaffer will. There's a Two Ronnie sketch. I don't know about that Two Ronnie sketch. Laugh out loud. Lewis is going to do it. Why is that? Why is that funny? Streaky Bacon. Why is it funny? Why is it funny? The problem is with women, this is the problem with women, is they never used to have to ask guys to have sex with them. But now, as women get older, you know what I mean? Men aren't maybe asking, or women are not asking as much as they used to. Yeah, does masturbation even count as sex? Kind of it does. It means you're in the game. You're thinking about something. I don't know. What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about when you're doing that? MC Scott is joking. Threat, where? What kind of threat? Sounds like a threat. Who said that? That I'm going to do you. I hope not. You know what it is? It's like my friend Natterman has a joke. Would it kill you to F me? He would say this. He would say this to girls. He would say, would it kill you to do me? Would it kill you to do me? Because us guys can get very lonely. And the thing about women, and I think I'm saying this in a loving way, is that women can be lonely too. You can be lonely. You don't realize it because you're not used to asking for guys to have sex with you. And then at some point you got to realize, especially with the older men like Lewis Schaffer. And what did Judel say? He's a real romantic. sometimes number one for women especially is sex. Like a man, sex is sex, and it feels good to be appreciated and wanted. So it is. Is it romantic? I'm a gigolo. I'm trying to be. I'm a sleazy gigolo. Now don't publish that. Say Lewis Schaffer. I'm a sleazy. They say sleazy gigolo Lewis Schaffer. It's comedy. This is a comedy show. Two people are a twosome. Three people are a threesome. Masturbation means you're a handsome. Okay, good joke. Good joke. Good joke. I think we heard that before, but it's a good joke. I'm flattered and charmed, Joe says. Yes, I've seen. First of all, you're thin and beautiful. You're thin and beautiful. You know, if you're thin, it's a definite yes. I heard sex could be prescribed on the NHS. I can believe it. They want to be as big as possible. Is that true? Like prostitutes or whatever. We don't need to publish it, Lewis. You just did. I did. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but I am. Well, do you think that I'm sleazy? Doodles. Don't answer that question. Please do not answer that question. Don't answer. One more whiskey and ginger ale. Cheers, everyone. Okay, Warren Forster in Warsaw. Okay, can we guess how many people have been watching this stream? Let's see what the high mark of this stream has been since we lost. When we lose people, the numbers. Oh, this is not working. I lost the thread. Something happened. I lost this thread. I can't say who's. I don't know what this is. I can't tell. I should not 24. I can't Joodles. I can't find out who it was. I've got to go back into the. It's too much of a guess. I'm gonna guess it's about. I'm gonna guess in my own head what the second part of the stream was. It went down. 26. Says Lucy Van Pelt. MC Scott says 33. Mr. Cuff says 25. Judel says of that pharmacy, if that pharmacy doesn't have any sex, you can go to a different one. Emma Thompson started a campaign for sex to be on the NHS. I think she was kidding. Emma Thompson's great. I think she's pretty good, I guess. Kermit will tell you. Andrew Rubin says 25. And Joe says 27. If you give me a second, I will go. I'll have to pull up the account again. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to pull it up. I don't know if this stream has been good, but there was a moment there when I get so worked up into something and it goes bad for me. It goes bad I think and then it started to go good. I was very concerned about it. And so it is the show a good stream? I don't know if it's a good stream. I don't know. I can't tell if it's a good stream, but I know it felt okay for me to do it. I thought we were all, these were every single show we talk about different things, generally speaking. I know you probably think we don't, but every single show. Oh, look at this. It's more than I thought. Okay. What is the number? Did you see what the number is? How do we know what the number is? Are you checking on this, Kermit? What is the number? Lewis, you're going good. Don't worry. Thank you, Warren Forster. Thank you. What's the effing number? Well, first of all, who said 25? Who said 25? Because basically we've been between 22 Oh, no, no, sorry. The number is 26. It's 26. Judel said 26. It's 26. This has been the best show ever. We talked about Nazis and sex, and Lewis Schaffer said I would have sex with the women here, and that I really enjoyed the men watching and participating, maybe having sex with the women too. Lucy Van Pelt said 26. That's brilliant. Okay. That's brilliant, Lucy Van Pelt. Really good. Really, really good. So congrats, Lucy. Let's go. Let's go to okay. Oh, you know what it is? Did I miss anybody's feed on the live chat? I don't think I missed anybody's feed. Love the stream. FridgeSide sex chat. Interesting. Yes. Yes. Lewis Schaffer. Joe, Lewis Schaffer. But you got to keep it a secret. You can't tell all the girls. If they look at you, and they say, did Lewis Schaffer do you? Did you do Lewis Schaffer? You have to smile. You have to smile. You got to smile. You got to smile like this. Did Lewis Schaffer do you? And you have to go, no. That's all. Okay, let me thank everybody. Let's thank the top fans. Let's thank the top fans. I gotta whoop, that's not right. Let's go to the settings and go here. Okay, so here we're gonna do the people, the top, hold on a second, that's wrong. Is people who are over 50. Okay, here are the people who are big. The Voice of Middle England, 13. Lucy Van Pelt, 12. Alex was 14. I forgot Alex. Alex was 14. Streaky Bacon, thank you very much, was 11. Warren Forster, look at how great Warren Forster is. Handsome man. At 10. Celaire is 9. Fresh Coconut is 8. John Van Dam is 7. Oh, look at this. Judels is 6. You've been number 1 so many times, Judels. You were 6 tonight. But 5 is my next girlfriend, Joe Warrior Princess. I'm maybe not girlfriend, that's a bit too strong, but whatever. Okay, Mr. Cuff is 4. And the final 3 are Andrew Rubin is number 3. Hi Ho Kermit is number 2. And number 1 is MC Scott. So it's been a really good show. If you could do everybody a favor, make sure you like and subscribe, because the algorithm is affected by people say, look at this, we've only had 100 people watching this stream, but it's got over 20 likes. So it doesn't seem like much, but it's a lot. Also subscribe. The Voice of Middle England. Maybe you could subscribe to this. It'd be good if you did. I'd appreciate it. Also, if you got any money lying around and you want to keep the stream going, I've got to buy a new mouse with a cord, according to Scott. Okay. What I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go to Ko-fi. The Ko-fi. Ko-fi.com. ko-fi.com/Lewis Schaffer, and buy the stream a drink. Okay. Thank you, Jules. I'm a charmer. But if you know that I'm not a charmer, if you lower your expectations, everything's going to be fine. Mr. Cuff laughed at that. Okay. She is so doable. She's doable. Yeah, thin. Go, let's be thin, everybody. Thank you, Streaky Bacon. Thank you for making this stream good. Thank you for thanking me. I thank you. You guys have given me, we've done 286 streams. 286 streams. That's so many. Okay. Lewis, I've got a spare mouse I can send you. I mean, you can. I guess you can. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do it. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. I don't know. Put it if you all set up a Vinted account, and I can't give you my address because someone's going to hear it and they'll come and visit me and they'll make my life crazy. Anyway, so this has been the best show we've ever done, and you've been here. Always, every one of these shows, they start off horrible, and then and at least the best shows do. We'll see you tomorrow at 5, I guess. Will we see you at 5? We'll see you at 5. Patreon. Go to Patreon, Lewis Schaffer, or PayPal.me, or however you go to PayPal. If you Google PayPal, Lewis Schaffer, and you can make a contribution. Rima Abraham is doable. Yes, she is. Yes, she is. She's very lovely. And I've met her. She's actually she's a nice girl. She's too young for me. She's too young for me because they fall in love and then they want they want everything. Whereas older people like myself, we don't need as much. Joodles, thank you for being here. Joe, thank you for being here. A shag piece. Your Lewis Schaffer shag piece. I came back too late. You missed it, Fresh Coconut. It got really good. Also Discord, also Patreon, also Twitter. Lewis at Lewis Schaffer at Twitter. Okay, we'll see you later. This has been a brilliant show. Is it brilliant? Has it been all right for you guys? It's been good. I'm going to keep the stream on going for 2 minutes, and during that time, you can tell me if I haven't mentioned you or whatever. Lewis, she's 23. Yeah, who is? Rima? Yes, I said that. She's too young. Not because she wouldn't be interested in me, because lots of the young girls, all women find me attractive. All women. Even the ones who are disgusted by me, they still find me attractive in a disgusting sort of way. You stick to Emma Thompson, Lewis. I would. She's also beautiful and fabulous. Yes, I would. Emma Thompson. I was in a film with her. Vaguely. I mean, not that I met her. Anyway, I'll see you later. I'll see you in 2 minutes when we end the show. And we'll see you tomorrow at 5. I love you.